welcome back to my regular streams. This is Anthony, and that was at least my rendition of the Wii Sports title theme song. And yeah, that was requested by Richie Lamb from last Wednesday. So again, as usual, I'll be starting off with some of the requests that were requested on the last stream. So next up, I have an EDM song actually that was also requested by Richie. So this one is Shelter by Porter Robinson and Madeon. So for this one, I actually tried to play the instrumental parts as well. So here it is. And again, that was my rendition of Porter Robinson's Shelter, and after one day of listening and working on it. So next up for the requests, this particular one I'm about to play is a Chinese song requested by David Zhu called 好像爱这个世界啊, roughly translates to something about loving the world. So this one was also a request from Wednesday's stream. So here it is. So that was my range of 好像爱这个世界啊. And I forgot to say this at the beginning of the stream, but yeah, just let me go through my quick copyright disclaimer again. So all materials, all songs I play in this stream, they do not belong to me, and all respective credits go to their original artist, whether I remember to say the name of the artist or not. And with that taken care of, let's move on to the final one that I prepared from Wednesday night's requests. Now this one is Alan Walker's Lily, featuring K391, I believe, and Emily something. I forgot. I don't quite remember the full name of the vocalist. Now that was my attempt at Alan Walker's Lily. Now, if you have any song requests, just go ahead and drop them in the chat, or otherwise you can send an email to this email address. I also put it in the description, so you can refer to both that and the chat. So until I receive some requests, I'll just be playing some songs. And ooh, the Evangelion theme from High Wolf X. Now because I watch a lot of anime, I know this theme, albeit not well since I never watched Evangelion. So, but for those of you that might not know, the full name of what I'm referring to is Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is a mecha anime released in the 1990s, I believe. So, let's go to it.
Writing's not that easy.
Of course, there's ads. So again, as with all my requests, I'm going to listen to important portions of it and then try to work out some of it on stream. And so here it is.
残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になれ
So before we move on to beyond the intro, now this one's Before we move on beyond the intro, now this one is I know as a rather iconic part of the song, the beginning of the song. So I think this one's an important one for me to work on. So I hear that it's already in it starts in C minor. So it kind of goes like this. Now, for those of you that are new here, I refer back to the original quite a bit on stream. So while I work on it, and I kind of explain to you my thought process and how I'm working it out. We got that part down. Oh, that sounds kind of high. So when I prepare this and play this on Monday night stream, I might be transposing this to another key that's a little easier to play. So now that we've listened to the entire intro and worked it out, let's go ahead and play that intro. Yeah, I still think it's kind of high, but let's continue on. And I forgot to say the artist of this song. This one is from Shiro Sagisu, according to the album cover I'm looking at right now. And yes, of course, I'm going to try to play this instrumental part. Something like that. Bleh. Goes something along the lines of that. Du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du. Now I'll be working on this for until 8:25, just to let you know.
でも私だけをただ見つめて微笑ん青い風が今青い風が今胸のドア
Okay.
を叩いてもが今胸のドアを叩いても 私だけを
Du-du-du-du-du-du.
ただ見つめて
Du-du-du.
叩い風が今胸のドアを叩いても私だけを
Okay. Okay, so at least we got that first part down. Let's listen on.
叩いても私だけ胸のドアを叩いても私だけを
Actually got that that last note on that last phrase wrong. So you know how I played it like this? That's actually that last note was actually the wrong note. So actually it should sound like this. Should end on a C rather than a B flat.
胸のドアを叩いても私だけをただ見つを叩い風が今胸のドアを叩いても私だけをただ見つめて
Okay. Little accidental there, not too much of a problem.
見つめてとくれるものもとかた埋めて微笑んでるあなた
Okay. When I was cutting to the part I was working on, I actually heard a bit of the next phrase, so I'll go ahead and see if it's the same.
くれるもの求めることに夢中で
It's more or less the same. Now it seems I've actually I've passed my time, the time I've set for working on this song. So, as with all requests, I will play what I've worked on so far, and then I will be preparing a full version of this song for me to play on Monday night's stream. So for now you'll get a little preview of what it'll sound like. instrumental part. Bad memory me, bad memory me. I kind of forgot what the next vocal part sounds like. That's all I need to hear. There we go. Okay. That's all I heard. That's all I heard, but it's probably going to be the same notes in that second part. So again, that was at least my bit of my take of A Cruel Angel's Thesis, which is the name of this song. And again, it's the opening. It's widely known among the anime community as the opening of Neon Genesis Evangelion, or the first opening at least. And seems like we have a request for 一剪美. Yeah, I've actually been working on this one for a recording I plan to do soon, mainly because of its high meme value right now. So again, here it is. So that was my take again of 以前 made by I'm probably gonna butcher this pronunciation. Fei Yuqing or Fei Yuqing or something along the lines of that. I probably butchered his name. So again, I have an upcoming recording for this song, video and audio, of course. So that'll be uploaded soon. So watch out for that. And this one will have background accompaniment as well, so it will sound more full. Oh yeah, Mr. Eddie Young requested Europa by Santana. But before we get to that, I remembered that I had one more song prepared, and that's the Sound of Music's main theme. And no, it's not called The Sound of Music. It's actually called The Hills Are Alive. Now, funny thing, back like 4 years ago, was it? Yeah, 4 years ago, I actually performed The Sound of Music on stage as in the role of Captain Von Trapp. And doing that actually helped me a lot with my speaking abilities and my confidence levels, and part of that is why I'm able to sit here in front of all you and stream today. Okay. So that was The Hills Are Alive, performed by Julie Andrews back in the 1900s and it was featured in The Sound of Music. And yeah, as I was saying earlier, I had actually performed this one 4 years ago. Yeah, those were good times. Now, since we've gotten that taken care of, let's move on to Mr. Eddie Young's request, Europa by Santana. I believe this is it. Of course there's another ad. Who doesn't love ads? I'm sure I got the right version. Let me skip around for the vocal part to kick in. Or perhaps there isn't a vocal part in this, so I might as well just have to listen to the entire thing, or wherever is the main part. I'll have to skip around quite a bit for that, so yeah, just bear with me. this sounds like the climax, but again, I'll have to listen to the entire thing to know the context of every single little passage. So, from what little I heard, I can hear that it's obviously in a minor key. So it sounds like A minor to begin with, but I'll have to listen in a little bit first. I'm wrong. It's actually C minor. Now it's pretty obvious that there's a main guitar part, so I'll be recreating that part, since that I'm assuming is the melody. Da, 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 da. Something along the lines of that. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. So that's the first phrase. Let's listen on. Yeah, something along the lines of that, but work on that a little more. Song sounds quite gentle. Sounds quite mellow, actually, in my opinion. Kind of sad, but now, just for refreshing my memory, we're going to go back to the beginning and play from there. I actually messed up that rhythm right there, so let's redo that part. Okay. I know I got that rhythm wrong for sure, but I'm pretty sure I got the notes right. I did not get the notes right. I actually added in an extra note that should not have been there. Now I'll work on this for another 3 minutes, and here's to getting as much of it done as possible within these next 3 minutes. So that's what we played up to thus far, and let's go ahead and replay it just for my own review. Really does sound, the melody does really sound perfect for a rather melancholic song. So let's continue then, since we've gotten that taken care of. I also like how I haven't had to go up or down an octave to accommodate for my instrument's range. I spoke too soon. Should be more of the same right here. Yeah, it sounds more or less the same. Now it looks like we've reached our time limit for this song, so let us replay the entire thing. And again, I promise I'll have the entirety of this prepared for Monday night's stream, which will be also from 8 to 10. So here we go. Now there's that little small guitar riff right there that it goes too low, so I'll be figuring that out over the weekend and then eventually playing it for you on Monday night. So stay tuned for that. And after that should be more of the same thing. That's how far I got for Santana's Europa. Now I said this before, but I'll say it again. I'll be working on it over the weekend and having a prepared arrangement for you on Monday's stream. Now the next request down the chat is Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival. Now this is a request from Richie Lamb. Now, I've heard portions of this song as well, but I'm not too keen on how it sounds. Now, again, this is Creedence Clearwater Revival's Fortunate Son. Here it is. No, I don't want ads. Thankfully, we won't have to sit through 2 ads like we sometimes have to when we're watching from our phones. There it is. Do, 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 do. Sounds like it's in G major? Like the vocalist isn't singing the notes in such a way that it's easy for me to discern the notes and and ultimately the key of this song. So let's listen on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is G major. Sounds like a lot of the same repeated notes, but I guess that's the beauty of this song. Dun, dun. I'll figure this out later. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. But yeah, this song itself is actually not too long, but I'll work on the part that I'm sure the requester has wants me to work on, because I know. I'm a fortunate son. That's what it kind of sounds like to me, but I'm gonna listen to it a few more times just to be certain. Now, at the current moment, the most important thing I want to nail down is the vocals. So I'm going to be skipping around a little bit to find said vocals. Is it just me, or does the vocalist sound a bit off on his notes? I don't know. It's probably just me. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I'm also trying to do that little glissando-like. I can't really tell what that technique is that the vocalist is doing, but it's more or less similar to a glissando. Man, they sing It Ain't Me so much that the song might as well be called It Ain't Me rather than Fortunate Son. But I guess Fortunate Son is also a fitting name for this song. Now I'll be working on this for about 2 more minutes before we move on. Yeah, a lot of the song is more or less just the same thing of da 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 da. I ain't no fortunate son, or something along the lines of that. Sorry if the mic kind of butchers up my voice when I attempt to sing. Yeah, my singing voice in general is not the greatest. Now that we've gotten some of that main part taken care of, we can go back to some of the other vocal parts.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag.
That did not sound great.
Made to wave the flag. Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue. Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue. And when the band plays Hail to the Chief, ooh, they point the cannon at you now.
These lyrics sound very, very patriotic. Now we've passed my time limit, but unfortunately I've been skipping around a lot for this song, so I do not have a necessarily coherent part to play, but the It Ain't Me parts, those are all the same notes, so more or less goes like this. Yeah, most of this song is focused on the vocals, it seems, and there's also a lot of instrumentation in the background. Now, the next request, oh boy, from Triangulum, Giorno's theme yet again. Now, this request was also received on Monday, but I guess I'll go for it again. Now, I know the part that everyone likes, which is the meme piano part. Now, let me just go to it. Now I've seen this video so many times that I know exactly where it is. Nope, not this one. Again, this is the last. So before I go on, the last song was Creedence Clearwater Revival's "Fortunate Son." Now there's more ads, so I'm gonna mute for a few seconds. Don't ask me why I know the exact timestamp of the piano part that I'm probably being asked to play. Yeah. Most people, when they think of this song, Il Vento d'Oro, they think of the piano part. So with that in mind, I am going to play that part. Do, 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 do. Oh, I got a note wrong, actually. Probably even was hearing things. So, again, it goes like this. Do, 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 do. I got that part right. Da, 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 da. You know, since I've listened to this so much, I might as well just try to figure out the sax part. Now it's 9:02, so I'll be working on this for another 3 minutes before I play that meme part once more. Yeah, I might be a little too obsessed with this song. As with most sax parts, I'm pretty sure this one is improvised. But again, I'll try to recreate it to the best of my ability. And like all sax parts, it's of course full of accidentals. And with sax parts, usually I've always had a bit of trouble discerning them unless they were relatively simple. And it's no exception here, but again, I'll give it my best. Actually, I think I'll just listen to the rest of the song and see if there's any other special parts apart from the piano part. Apart from the ending, there doesn't really seem to be any other special parts, but the most obvious note part is the da 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 part to me, and in the song it just repeats on and on until the end, where it ends on a C sharp. I think ending it with a tremolo is only right for this song. It kind of just fits in with that general tone, the theme that it's going for. Now, I'm past the time limit for this song, so I will play that meme part one more time. That's the main gist of that piano part. There are parts in the song that sound kind of similar to it. Now let's go to the next one, which is All Star by Smash Mouth, requested by Joseph Dixon. I wonder if someone's been keeping track of how many times I've had ads throughout this stream. And unlike the other ones, I can't skip this one, so we're gonna have to wait around for 10 seconds. But don't worry, I'll be here to keep you company while we wait. So yeah, this is All Star. This is known All Star by Smash Mouth. That's known as from my memory, it's pretty much a meme. It's always been a meme song. It still is. Now, I've heard this many, many times, but we'll still give it a listen anyways.
All right, state your name and power.
I am the waffler with my griddle of.
I'd say there's potential.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
All right, that's an F sharp major. Yeah, those last notes are a little too low, so I brought it up an octave, but let's try playing it a half step up in G major, so we can play those last notes. And I know the next part, so I'll just jump right into it. Oh, that string's flat.
She was looking kind of dumb with her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Did it?
Well, the first measure of this pre-chorus, it sounds pretty much the same, as in there's a bunch of the same notes.
The years start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for. Stop coming, fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. You break.
Yeah, that sounds right, I think.
Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. You break. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. You break. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun.
I don't know why, but I still can't figure out this part.
It's not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much coming and they don't. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head.
There we go.
Head gets dumb. Running didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head. Then I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. Running didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see, sit for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see, so what's wrong with taking?
Now, I'm sure most of you think that this part's not the interesting part. Now, I know the chorus is the interesting part that we're all looking forward to, so actually I'll be going there right now.
An all-star, and if you don't glow, hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on.
Yeah, I know this because I've heard this too much. Yeah, I know this. I've heard this one too many times, it seems.
It's a cool stars break the mold. It's a cool place and they say it gets colder, you're bundled up. It's a cool place and they say it gets colder, you're bundled.
Yeah, it might all be the same note, but at the same time trying to make the rhythm a lot more pronounced.
Bundled up now, wait till you get older, but the media man beg to differ. Judging by the whole get older, but the media man beg. It's a cool place, and they say it gets colder. You're bundled up now, wait till you get older, but the media shooting stars break the mold. It's a cool place, and they say it gets colder. You're bundled up now, wait till you get older, but the
Okay. That's what I heard. That's what I heard, but there's probably more to it than that.
it's a cool place, and they say it gets colder. You're bundled up now, wait till you get older, but the
Yeah, this part's to me this part's not the most interesting to play, but yeah, I'll work on it anyways.
the media man beg to differ. Judging by the older, you're bundled up now, wait till you get older, but the media man beg to differ.
All right, now it's 9:16, so I've passed my time limit for this song. Now I'll just play the parts that I've worked on. So that's pretty much all of verse one, most of pre-chorus and the chorus, which I know basically by memory. Okay. Oops, I am not going to play the original one. I'm actually going to play in a slightly higher key, so I can play the notes without bringing them an octave up or down. So here it goes. So, and then I kind of didn't get there, but it's We'll just skip to the chorus for now, not waste time. Yeah, that's pretty much as far as I got. So again, as with all the other requests from this stream, I will be preparing them in full over the weekend, and showing you full versions of what I've prepared on Monday night. And so the next request is Coffin Dance from Boomister? I'm still not too keen on how to pronounce that name, but I'm just going to assume it's pronounced Boomister. Now, the Coffin Dance song is commonly known as Astronomia, which refers to Astronomia by Tony Iggy. But the one that we always hear is the one remixed by Vice Tone. But unfortunately, while I was doing a test stream for this, I actually got copyright struck. So I do know it from memory, but we'll play it in F sharp minor rather than G minor because I don't feel like getting copyright struck again. Yeah, let's start from here. That's all I remember of the song, but again, I don't want to play it on stream out of fear that YouTube will block this video because with one of my test streams, YouTube actually blocked the video from pretty much every single territory while writing it off as blocked in some territories, but I read through every single territory in the list and it was just every single territory in the world. So yeah, I don't want to play the original version. So yeah, let's move on from there. But as with my other requests, I will prepare a full arrangement of this to play on Monday. Now the next one is 女人心. I think you mean 女人花 because I know that song. So let's go ahead and open it up. Just give me a second. Because I do have accompaniment for this. Or maybe not. Well, I'll keep looking. Yes, here it is. So that was 女人花, or something along the lines of flowers for ladies or something like that, when it translates literally. I don't recall who the original artist of the song was, but let's return to the chat. The next one is from the same person, also Shanghai Tan. Now, I also have a accompaniment for this one, so let me pull it up. So that was Shanghai Tan. It's a very, very old and yet very popular Chinese song, sung in Cantonese, about something about Shanghai Harbor is what it sounds like when it translates literally. Now, yeah, as I just said, this one is actually a very was a very popular song, still kind of is. Okay, now next from Richie Lam, we have Scarborough Fair, except the one featured in Suka Suka. Suka Suka is the shortened form of the name of an anime. I don't even remember what the full name of the anime is, but rest assured you out. Let me take a look. All right, from Silver Fruit, the Me channel theme. Yeah, I can do that. Of course, after I finish this. And whoa, 一剪美 again. Of course, I can do that again. I'll do that. I can play that one as many times as you want. Now, the full name of Suka Suka is way too long for me to say without kind of boring you guys out. But let me try to find the Scarborough Fair that's featured in this one, performed by Tamaru Yamada. if I'm reading that name correctly. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the right one. We haven't been able to go a single track tonight without running into some sort of ad, unfortunately. Terribly sorry about that. Luckily, this one's one we can skip. What do you think I used to look for these tracks, bro? Okay, so this version of Scarborough Fair sounds like it's in C minor, so I'll try my best. Something like that. Okay. Okay. It sounds awfully high. Sounds awfully high. Yeah, this one's. It's either too high or too low, but I'll give it a try. Oh, that did not sound good. That also did not sound good. The timing's a little different here. Now let's play that. Let's play that entire thing. Now this rendition of Scarborough Fair is a bit different from the usual Scarborough Fair that I do know, despite me having watched the anime and heard this one before. Yeah, I kind of I messed up a little bit there, so that's why I replayed it once again. But let's move on.
Then he'll be a true love of mine.
Okay. Ah, we moved into another key. Move into F sharp minor.
Tell him to find me and make a love me.
Another key change, this time to D minor.
What's this age was very in time. Between the sun, water, and the sea's rain.
Again, there's another note that's a little too low, so I'll bring that up an octave. I'm assuming that's how it goes.
Then he'll be a true love of mine. Are you going to Scarborough Fair?
Seems like this version also has a slowed down version of the very first line at the very end to close it off, so I guess I'll be playing that as well. So yeah, I know this song, that's why I was able to go through the entire thing pretty quickly. So yeah, I'll be playing another rendition of Scarborough Fair, either if we have time later after these requests, or on Monday if we don't. So now, after the anime version of Scarborough Fair, we've got 一剪美 yet again. So I'm sorry to those of you who have been here since the very beginning of the stream, but I will play it once again. So once again, this is 一剪美 by Fei Yuqing or something. I can't pronounce his name still. Like, I always manage to butcher that name. Okay. One, two, three. So that was my rendition of 一剪美 from 费玉清. I think I got it right this time. Now I actually for the next one I actually skipped over a request for the Me channel theme. I apologies for that, Silver Fruit. So let's go ahead and go to it. Honestly, I'm actually quite excited to play this one, or to try to play this one. Haha, there's a 10-hour loop of this. I need to listen to it a little more. Okay. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da-dum. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-dum. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So yeah, I know this. It kind of starts modulating into from F sharp minor into E minor. The notes are get a little complicated right here, but yeah. Not to mention it starts getting into notes that are a little too low for my instrument to play. So I'll be bringing that part up an octave. Now I'll be working on that past part a little more over the weekend, but let's just go on to this part, which yes, I fortunately know kind of well. Da, 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 da. I think it loops over back again after this synth cello part, I want to say. Yeah, it sounds like it just loops back. Now I'll be working on this for another minute or so. Da, 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Du, 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 du. Du, 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 du. Du, 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 du. not too keen on this part, so I'm gonna have to listen to it a few times. Dun, dun, dun. Du, 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 du. Du, 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 du. Du, du. Yeah. And then it loops over again. So I'll be preparing a actual arrangement of this theme, as with all the requests, for Monday night's stream. Now let's move on to the next request, and this should be the last request we do for tonight. Now this one is the Demon Slayer theme, also known as Gurenge, performed by Lisa. Now I watched the actual Demon Slayer anime, so I've heard the opening plenty of times. But we'll go back to it. And another ad. That much. Still awfully high, but this is about the lowest I can. This is the original key. I might transpose it when I'm preparing it, but something like that. I'm going to be focusing right now. I'm going to be focusing mostly on the vocal parts. So.
加わる心震える手は掴みたいものがある それだけさ夜の匂いに空にランでも
Okay. And I still can't go, and I did not play an octave up, so I cannot go down any lower. Da, da, da. Yeah, this part Okay. Now I want to avoid going into the higher octaves as much as possible, since I know it'll sound a little squeaky.
どうしたって消せない夢も止まれない今も誰かのために強く
Is it right? I think that's not right.
打ちのめされた中の意味を知ったグレーの
Too far?
中の意味を知ったグレーありがとう悲しみをなれるなら今も誰かのために強くなれるなら
Okay. Now that was the TV. I played up to the TV size, but I'll work on it a little longer because I know that there's some. I listened to the full version like once before, and I know there is a section with different notes and rhythms. Yeah, this part's the one with the different rhythms. Or something like that. A bunch of the same note repeated over and over again, but I guess that's what makes this song, well, this song. It's something like that. I've never been too fond of repeated notes, but back to the chorus. Now it looks like we've reached the time limit for my stream because I did say that my streams run from 8 to 10. So
as with all the other requests, I'll play up to where I got.